like to call to the stage Fleet Master Chief Paul Kingsbury, U.S. Navy retired, of the U.S. Naval Institute, to recognize a group of superior enlisted performers. Today we recognize sailors, Coast Guardsmen, and Marines from Coast Guard PAC area, 1MEF, Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, Marine Aviation Weapons and Tactics Squadron 1, Marine Corps Communications Electronics School, Marine Corps Installations West, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, Marine Corps Recruiting Depot San Diego, Marine Corps Tactical Systems Support Activity, Wounded Warrior Battalion West, and Navy Submarine Development Squadron 5. Please refer to the app for the full list of winners and for more details.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As they said, I'm retired Master Chief, or Fleet Master Chief Paul Kingsbury. I recently joined the U.S. Naval Institute team late last year. It's an honor and privilege to join you here today. This is day 3 that we've done our Enlisted Superior Performance Awards. The last 2 days have been heavily Navy, and there's a lot of hoorah in the room today, for sure. So definitely taking the time. What a great opportunity. So today, each year at West, we recognize service members from across the naval forces. AFCEA and the U.S. Naval Institute recognize them. They come from local area commands in this area. And in addition to the recognition they receive today in the lunch with us, they will each receive a 1-year gratis membership to the U.S. Naval Institute and AFCEA. So I look forward to talking to the group afterwards to introduce to you what that is, what the Naval Institute is, and what the benefits of your membership bring you going forward. So today's 59 or so professionals were selected by their command leadership to be recognized for their outstanding service, and they're just a sampling of the talent that's serving worldwide and fighting across the spectrum of warfare communities and specialties. They're professional, educated, aware, capable, and they want to and are making a difference in our naval forces. They were the result of generational influences, the shift to an all-volunteer force, and decades of investment in policies and programs such as leadership and management education, advancement process improvements, and off-duty education opportunities and investments, which have professionalized and educated our enlisted force. Today, we recognize the service members from the commands just listed. At this point, I'd like to introduce my command reps. Senior Chief Nick Harr of USS Key West, CMC Greg Vi of Coast Guard Sector San Diego, and Master Sergeant Jason Daniel, please join me on the stage. And as each one comes forward and announces the names of their performers, let's hold our applause to the end, and then we'll give them that round of applause. So Senior Chief Nick Harr.
From the USS Key West, Chief De Leon, Petty Officer Schmenk, Petty Officer Miller, and Petty Officer Legit.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Master Sergeant Daniel. I'd like to start by thanking all of the sponsors here today. It's an honor to introduce our local Marine Enlisted Superior Performers, beginning with 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, Sergeant Alford, Sergeant Baacke, Corporal Beard, Lance Corporal Brooks, Corporal Brown, Corporal Camarena, Sergeant Collier, Sergeant Dewitt, Sergeant Files, Sergeant Fitz, Corporal Garcia, Corporal Griffin, Sergeant Hernandez, Lance Corporal Jangula, Lance Corporal Lang, Corporal Munn, Corporal Rivera, Sergeant Rooney, Sergeant Souder, Sergeant Velazquez, and Sergeant Wood. For Marine Aviation Weapons and Tactics Squadron 1, Staff Sergeant Braga, Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, Sergeant Eccles, Staff Sergeant Hagan, Lance Corporal Sager, Sergeant Grebnow. From Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, Sergeant Alfaro Plancarte, Sergeant Munn, Corporal Lopez, Lance Corporal Morales. From Marine Corps Communications Electronics School, Staff Sergeant Lemon, Staff Sergeant Williams. Marine Corps Installation West, Sergeant Ahing, Lance Corporal Curiel, Sergeant Favela, Sergeant Kramer. And from Marine Corps Recruiting Depot, San Diego, Corporal Brown, Corporal Lescano, Sergeant Morgan, Corporal Noyes, Corporal Richard, Sergeant Scarborough, Sergeant Wagner, Sergeant White, and Marine Corps Tactical Systems Support Activity, Corporal Crow and Sergeant Minor.
From Coast Guard Sector San Diego, I'd like to recognize AMT-2 Ian McCracken, MK-2 Jason Bravo, Seaman Liam Westlatorn, MK-2 Soyocho Getsov, EM-2 Nicholas Checky. Thank you.
One final point to make. So there's a connection to be made here. So there's a reason we also bring you in here, because there's technology out there that you may be using or you may be using in the future on the battlefield. You need to get an input to that. So if you're here today, take that opportunity, reach out to those vendors or those contractors in that private industry. Give them your perspective, whether it's good, bad. They need to hear that kind of stuff. And contractors, when you see them walking in uniform, reach out to them and get that feedback going forward, because that's an opportunity to learn to help improve our forces going forward. So once again, a round of applause for this year's Enlisted Superior Performers.